not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Time now for New Business on Main Street with your host, Russell. Each week, Russell takes an in-depth look at another exciting business. To get in on the discussion, call toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, let's talk business. Your business. With today's guest, here's Russell.
Well. Welcome back again on what, Tuesday night? Tuesday night. Yeah, welcome again. And here we are once again with the HGH program. And a lot of people are getting awfully excited. Big time. A lot of things are happening. And I wanted Greg to talk tonight to tell us your experiences. Greg, I happen to have met Greg 3 weeks ago, or something like that. 4 weeks ago? Who's counting? But it was a young lady at the event, 1,200 people there. And I ran into her, and she told me to contact you because you were here.
Yeah,
in Boca.
Donna. She was a publisher in one of the businesses that I had owned.
Oh, yeah?
Prior to...
And you say she's kind of loaded.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's done very well. She always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Yeah.
To make a lot of money, huh?
Yeah, well...
So she was always in business?
Yeah, very savvy businesswoman. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Wonderful lady, real Southern belle.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Very sweet.
And she knows how to handle money.
Well, from what I can tell, just built her own custom house.
Right. Oh, wow. That's saying something.
Somewhere. I'm not sure where in Atlanta she lives.
That's great. Well, Greg, thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Thanks for inviting me back.
Right. Absolutely. It. Listen, Greg, let's talk a bit.
Okay.
You happen to be with HGH.
Donna called me up.
Oh, she did?
She called me up and said, you have got to get involved in New You Life. And I said, what's that?
Uh-huh.
She goes, it's a direct marketing company. But the difference is this is a one-of-a-kind product.
Right.
So as an entrepreneur of 35, 40 years now, I said, well, gee, how much does it cost to get in? And she goes, $59.
And you say, this is a joke.
And I said, well, let's see. The last franchise I bought was $25,000.
Okay, Dr. Balsley is with us.
Okay. Let's get Dr. Balsley on.
Absolutely.
And we can discuss this when we're done with the doc.
No question.
Fantastic.
Dr. Balsley, she was
one of the speakers.
You saw her on stage?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And she is a naturopath, very accomplished, and she spoke to all 1,200 of us and told us what the product entails.
What a wonderful product it was and what HGH will do for your body and how you basically have, when you're younger, you have it through your pituitary gland, and as you age in your 20s, it stops producing.
Well, Doctor, we are on the air, WWNN 1470. Doctor, thank you very much for being on the air.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You spoke before the 1,200 people. In essence, you were chosen because of your expertise in terms of talking about HGH. Is that right, Doctor?
Yes. I'd been answering a lot of questions in the field because of my background in naturopathic therapies as well as homeopathy, and have been just for quite a few months answering questions concerning our gel within the field, and then was asked to be able to speak at one of the events, and actually several events at this point.
Excellent. Doctor, you've been in business for a long time. Could you just bring us up to speed on this excitement about this gel? The FDA registered and over-the-counter, no prescriptions necessary, da-da-da. Could you tell us about the essence of it? Because I didn't know much about HGH until the event. Now, sure. I'm doing a little bit of research, but tell us what we have our hands on. It's been around about 30 years, Doctor. Is that right? About 30?
A human growth hormone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. Originally, it was extracted from actually cadavers in animals, and it was used for certain applications, not anything with aging or lifestyle modifications. That had nothing to do with that. It had actually, they were looking at for growth irregularities. And through time, what they found, those individuals that were receiving those injections actually had started developing diseases because HGH wasn't pure, and it was the way it was being extracted. And so they, in the early 80s, the FDA outlawed extraction from that manner, and it became lab created. So now it's very clean, and through time have seen the benefits of what HGH offers. So HGH is it comes from our master gland. It's really a master hormone, and it regulates so many things in the body. And I just read an article not too long ago of a pituitary crisis that actually we're having throughout the country because of lifestyle, diet, and that type of thing. And so we're seeing shifts in the body, so to speak. So you can see a younger individual now that is displaying symptoms of aging at a very young age, such as graying of the hair, they're aging within their skin, the bone strength, those type of things. And so HGH has been a phenomenal turn for persons who would want to use it. Unfortunately, it was only available at one time through an injection, and the injections are very expensive. So now what's exciting about our product is that the gel has been brought as an over-the-counter supplement, if you will, that's easy applied to the skin, and therefore it is actually signaling our body to raise its own natural HGH levels. And it's enough to see a physiological shift without all the side effects that you would get with an injection. That's pretty exciting.
It is exciting, I tell you. I know there was a lot of excitement there among all the 1,200 people, including the owner of the company.
Yes.
You talked to him briefly. I mean, more than briefly. I saw him briefly. But let's give some background about Alex Goldstein. What is his background, ma'am?
His background is he's a formulator and a naturopath as well, and an herbalist. He's been doing work around 24 years in this field, and he's formulated numerous products. This is kind of like the golden child, and he was actually utilizing this out of his practice in a little store in California. And it was originally designed for mixed martial arts and professional athletes, and the benefits were so great that others were starting to enjoy it as well. And it wasn't until November of last year that it was brought to market in the format it's been brought at this point, in the direct marketing format.
Yeah, well, they were saying that it happens to help with alleviating pain. It eliminates the signs of aging, wrinkles, and that sort of thing. And somebody had mentioned, can you put it, how do you put it on? It's transdermal. Let's talk about that a bit.
Okay.
Transdermal.
So a transdermal product compared to a topical product, a topical product would be something, let's say you got a bug bite and or a bruising area that you would just rub a cream or a gel on, and it technically sits at the top of the skin dealing with whatever's on the top of the skin. In a transdermal application, the gel is now being driven into the system, being carried away in the capillaries and blood vessels into the body. And that's what's really exciting, is we have an amazing transdermal delivery system that gets that product into the body. Therefore, the body starts utilizing the components because our gel doesn't have just HGH in it. It also offers adrenal and thyroid support. So that to me was extremely exciting, to see something that covers what we call the HPA axis, or the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis. And many individuals have issues with that axis, and they're not understanding that that's where it's coming from.
Uh-huh.
So, it's carried into the system and starts doing its work by encouraging the pituitary to raise its own HGH levels. With that, then you start seeing, we have many reporting discomfort alleviation. I mean, major discomfort. They're seeing shifts in their skin. Some are seeing that stimulation of elastin and collagen. Therefore, that more youthful appearance. The skin is more supple and soft, like it was when we were younger. And I can truly attest to that. Changes in hair. Some of the benefits are changing in hair, whether it be a growth or the changing in hair color. And we've had many report that as well. The endurance, helping with workouts and the recovery time, which is phenomenal for those that are in any type of competitive sports or are really working out at the gym. One of the top benefits that people are reporting is the amazing sleep and that really deep recuperative sleep and cognitive function. We have 40-plus benefits with this gel in a transdermal application, so it negates the swallowing of pills or worrying about anyone with a taste aversion. You can just rub it on. There's no staining to the skin, no smell, and it starts absorbing and doing its work right away.
Wow. Okay. I tell you, this like a
fountain of youth.
You have any questions of?
Doctor, I have been talking to a few people. My brother is one, and he was asking about some of the different things that HGH could do. He wasn't that familiar with it. He asked if he could apply it to his face to eliminate deep wrinkles and eye bags, or would that be just through the transdermal end of it that it sort of take care of itself rather than directly onto your eyes or your face? You want it in the thinner parts?
Sure. And yes, you could do that, but actually the product is going in transdermally and starting to do the work from the inside out, which is the beauty of the product. And so you start seeing that shift. So really it's not necessary, but we do have people in the field that are doing it. They just feel like they have to have it on the skin to see the difference, but really it's working from the inside out.
Internally. Another gentleman I'm working with is he asked about spot reducing and rebuilding muscle. That also are two things that the HGH transdermal can also do, correct?
Yeah. Yes. So the rebuilding of muscle, yes. You'll definitely see that because, remember, it's helping you with your endurance as well. And so you find that you're increasing the amount of exercise or deepening your exercise. So it's pushing you to do more because you can. The recovery time is pretty phenomenal. My husband and I do CrossFit, and some of those workouts at our age, we're over 50, and that's still pretty young. I keep saying you can't talk about being old until you're 100, but some of those workouts can be so strenuous that it could take days to recover. And utilizing the gel, my recovery time is usually by the time I go to bed, and my husband's is generally by the next day, which before the gel we didn't have that. It sometimes could take us up to a week if it was a pretty strenuous workout.
Another question that actually my wife had, Ricky, and she asked, do you need a blood test or an HGH test before starting this product?
No, you do not. You don't at all. And one of the concerns was, would you fail a drug screen? For example, a competitive sport. So this product is not an exogenous hormone. What I mean by that is it's not an outside hormone. Like the injection is putting outside HGH or outside hormone into the body. Our product is signaling to the pituitary to increase its own natural HGH, and the body will utilize it pretty rapidly. We have to apply the gel at least a couple times a day. Some people use it more often. There is no harm to use it more often by keeping levels. It doesn't spike hormones, but keeping things on an even keel. if you did a blood test, you're probably not going to see much of a shift because the body's utilizing that HGH as soon as it gets it. Whereas with the injection, because it's a large amount, you're going to find that in a serum blood draw. So it is not a necessary thing to have to do.
Okay, doctor.
You go do that.
Great, thank you. So if anyone has a question of you, is it possible they can email you, call you, text you? Is that a possibility, doctor?
Absolutely.
All right, what numbers do you have, sir? Ma'am?
I have 517-677-7762. And my email is the letter R, the letter U, GELLN at Outlook.com. So it's RUGELLN at Outlook.com.
Okay, great. Excellent. Well, I really appreciate you being here and to bring us up to speed on, for most people who don't know what it is and what to do with it. But
so this is new to everybody.
Right. So I really thank you for being on the air, and doctor, and thank you again. We'll have you back again if it's okay.
You're welcome, and thank you so much.
Okay, doctor, thank you very much. This is all happening right here on WWNN. That's 1470 on the AM, 95.3 on the FM.
Commission sales only.
Congratulations for taking a moment to learn about a business opportunity that could improve the health and wellness of tens of millions of people. We are talking about a proven product that has been around for over 30
gel is an over-the-counter non-prescription FDA-registered product. This gel will eliminate tired and worn-out feelings and give you your energy back. Shocking and surprising benefits have been recorded with no side effects. Company profit sharing and long-term residual income available. Call 561-302-2588 or visit www.411hgh.com. No shots, no injections, no swelling. Rub it on and feel the surge. A little dab will do you. HGH works, so help us to help you. Go to www.411hgh.com or call 561-302-2588. You're listening to today's edition of New Business on Main Street. To join the show, call in toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, back to the business at hand. Here's Russell.
And I'm glad that the doctor was here to lay it out for us, to tell us what to do and what not to do, because most people, they have a lot of questions about this HGH.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let me answer something, Greg. You are taking the HGH. She's talking about sleep. I keep hearing a lot of people talk about how well they sleep and the dream factor. Is that part of your experience?
I am sleeping through the night, and I used to get up 2 or 3 times a night. And what's cool is my dreams are now in color again. When I was younger, all my dreams were pretty much in color. But we've only been doing this for about 4 weeks. If you don't mind, I'd like to load up right now.
Okay. So it helps you sleep better. Because, there are a lot of people.
So far, so good.
Great.
I have a feeling it's going to get better, and things are going to continue to improve. Just like the doctor was mentioning, I play tennis 3 or 4 nights a week. Well, recovery time sometimes is at least a couple days, so I have to sort of break it up. But ever since I've been on the Somaderm, it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm back up again and ready to play.
Wow, that's great. Recovery is fast.
Very fast so far, and I'm only 4 weeks into it. And if you look at some of the videos that they have that are produced by corporate, by New You Life, it goes through the whole process up to a 6-month period.
Of course.
So every month, almost every week, it continues to evolve, and things get better and better because they keep they say, well, let's just go back. Remember, month 1, 2, and 3 are all still applicable, but now month 4, expect this, or you may experience, as they say legally.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It was funny because I was listening to Alex Goldstein, one of his radio or one of his webinars the other day. He said he didn't have an exit plan.
Well, let's talk about that. What do you mean?
Well,
what do you mean
as
by
an
that?
entrepreneur.
No, you are an entrepreneur. Letlet's talk about you being an entrepreneur
Well,
first.
when he said that.
No, you have been an entrepreneur for how many years?
Oh, yes, sir. I started my first business at 27.
Wow.
And it was very expensive.
So you never had to punch the time clock?
No, I never have.
Wow.
But there's a lot of risk involved with that when you do own your own business.
True.
And I've owned numerous, I've built many of them have failed too.
Okay.
But when he said that struck a note because throughout my working career, when I have one company up and running, I always try and get a second one in place and possibly a third one. Why? For residual income, the fallback plan. What's the escape route? Do you sell off that business? Does it close? My business of just 18 years, I've been in the publishing industry since 1999.
Wow.
And last year, it failed. The company failed.
It's a long time.
That was a franchise. So I paid $25,000 to purchase the franchise. And it was very profitable, but it also had a lot of overhead. And so when Donna called me and she said, listen, there's a brand new product on the street. It's HGH. And I've always taken vitamins. Ever since I was in my early 20s, I've taken vitamins. So I was well aware of HGH, but I could not afford the shots at $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per shot per month. And I couldn't afford it. I mean, it's just too expensive. Besides, it was also overloading your body with too much at one time. So, long story short, even when I owned that business, The Perfect Wedding Guide, I was always trying to create new businesses, pet expos, a number of different types of companies, and they're very, very hard to build, and they're very expensive. So when Donna said, well, why don't you just get involved in direct marketing? And I said, well, that sounds good. How much is it? Because there are some network marketing, direct marketing companies that are $20,000. I mean, some of them are very, very expensive. And I can name them, but I'm not going to on the air.
Is that right? That's over the top.
It's real estate, flipping homes and things like that.
All of that there, yeah,
that
right.
type of thing,
right? That's
right?
Yeah, right.
So I said, well, Donna, how much is it? Because right now I'm in recovery of trying to rebuild new companies as an entrepreneur. Because no one's going to hire me. I'm 60. I mean, no, I've been self-employed. So long story short, she said it's $59. So anyone out there listening tonight, for you to get involved in a business like direct marketing, and this was another conversation that you and I had yesterday at lunch, was one of the top companies that was created almost 50 years ago as direct marketing was Amway.
1959.
And of 1959.
60 years old next year.
60 years old, and it's producing $1 billion a month.
A month, yeah.
Still today.
Throughout 100 countries throughout the world.
100 countries.
Yeah, right, yes.
So when people look at, it's direct marketing, really it's just telling people your story.
Well, the thing, in my limited experience, it's just most people don't know what they don't know.
And they know to say no.
But they don't know.
Right.
But because here, and it's not their fault.
No, it's the way we're raised.
Absolutely.
Product of our own environment.
Absolutely. Network marketing has not really been taught at major universities up to this point. So Harvard, correct. Yale, Princeton, wherever, even take Catholic American University, Columbia University, they have not had a degree in network marketing.
No, they don't.
Yet.
Still don't.
No, yeah. There's one in Bethany College has one in Kentucky. They have a degree, a BA degree, or BS degree, if you will, whatever, in network marketing. You can get the curriculum. That's Bethany College. That's been around since 1867. They have a degree program in network marketing. Now, the other degree program in network marketing, or I should say, the other module is taught by Dr. Charles King at the University of Illinois. He's a PhD Harvard graduate, and he has a book called The New Professionals. People should get that book. He teaches a module in his MBA course at the University of Illinois. He's been teaching that for the last 20 years. So it's beginning to explode and take over and become a $1 trillion industry. Right now, it's about a $200 billion industry throughout the world. About $33 billion in the United States, with about somewhere around 20 million people involved in it right now. Throughout the world, it's about 100 million people involved throughout about 100 countries. Go ahead.
But think about this, Russ. All right, so I've been a professional photographer. I've run production companies.
Certainly.
I've been a publisher. I've been a number of different professional areas of my career.
Right.
But never have I run into anything that is a one-of-a-kind product. So I went out there listening. This is a one-of-a-kind product. So as an entrepreneur, well-seasoned, I can tell you, if you have a one-of-a-kind product, you have yourself a gold mine. 2, if you have $59 to join, then you are in the business. And then, well, of course, what you want to do is you want to be applying and doing the Somaderm transdermal gel, and you want to get involved because very few people know about this.
Of course, it's brand new.
Oh, it's brand new, but the thing is you don't have the overhead. You're not doing research and development. You're not spending money on employees. You're not spending money on literally anything except your time and your effort. And as an entrepreneur, I can tell you, you can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, have your business fold on you, and where are you then? You're in debt up to your eyeballs. And here you have just all the opportunity in the world. Just go out there and make it happen. Talk to your friends, talk to the other folks, and basically that's it. I mean, it is a wonderful product, and this is one business I am staying with and seeing this all the way through.
Listen, I wish we had an hour to talk because we really just getting
started.
Yeah, because there's so much on the table. It's a lot, but it's simple.
Oh, very simple.
Okay, let's talk about the simplicity of it. Take 30 seconds and talk about the simplicity of it. And then give your number so people can contact you for more information.
The simplicity of it is if you use your own product, you want to know really the honest truth? You got to tell your story. My story is I've been an entrepreneur. I built a business. It collapsed on me. I'm in debt. And the bottom line is that now I've got to build a new company. Well, I've got a physical company being built right now, but I'm also building this. So I'm doing 2 things again. And that's just in case one doesn't work, the other one falls into place. I'm part of the New You Life organization, just like you are, and it's New, N-E-W, U as in unicorn, life, Life.com, and my website address is Never Grow Old. So it's newulife.com, Never Grow Old. And if you want to come in, register, sign up as a consumer, or sign up as a consultant or a distributor, either or is fine.
Well, they can also call you.
Of course.
Okay, give me that number.
561-756-4351.
Okay. I'd like to do that once again. I think we have about 30 seconds left.
Yes, sir.
So you call you will help them get people trained.
Absolutely. That's my job is to train everyone else.
And build a team.
Yes, sir.
Your number, Greg, once again.
561-756-4351. Never grow old.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you very much for being here.
Russ, it's always a pleasure.
It's good between you and the doctor. I think people got a sense of what to do with this
Get involved.
Thank you very much. The engineer
Thank you, everybody.
Says he's on the way out. So next week, same time, same place. I think the same subject.
Be there.
Yeah. WNN, 1470 AM, 95.3 FM. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Men and women are wanted for a new business on Main Street. The requirements are you must be self-directed, persistent, and have the willingness to succeed. If, after your difficult work, you succeed, a lifetime annual 6-figure income is available. If interested, go to www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are despondent, broke, and not satisfied with life, then change your life. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are not happy, then change your life. To change your life, you must change your life. So go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com and change your life. Call 561-302-2588. You have been listening to New Business on Main Street with your host, Russell. If you have a business idea and want to share it on the air, call Russell directly at 561-302-2588. That's 561-302-2588.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Talk here. Talk there. Talk 1470.